Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Well, today is Friday and Friday means farmer's market in my world, so I am loaded up on my organic greens today. And I loaded up a little heavier than usual this morning, and I thought today would be a good day to talk about the greens. I'm always, I talk about the greens a good bit, but I thought we would focus on it today. I know I don't get enough greens. I'm always trying to, follow Tanny Raw's recommendation and get 2 pounds of greens in a day. But on that one, I'm pretty darn sure like I probably don't get 2 pounds on very many days. So I was thinking about this a couple of days ago, and I decided, okay, I really want to focus on it. Instead of just kind of keep doing the thing that I'm doing and keep getting, doing okay and putting a few in, I want to experiment. I really want to up those greens, and I want to be consistent about keeping those greens up and just see the difference I feel. If I feel a difference, what I feel. So as I did that video, I don't even remember now, a week, 2 weeks ago, the super green smoothie where I used actually green juice in the green smoothie. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start doing that, but in general, I'm going to start juicing again. And I'm going to be basically juicing just for my vitamin. It's kind of a supplement to supplement those greens. No other reason. I don't count the calories. It won't be used as a meal. All I'm doing is trying to get my greens up. Like I say, I've got a few notes again today written down that I'm going to read to you here in a minute, but a lot of things, like I just say, it's just the best way for me to relate my experience is just by how I feel. Like that's the biggest thing I can share with you. I can sit and read to you the whys and the whatnots and all that, but I'm just giving you the results of this science experiment. I can't tell you 100%, well, it did this because of this, and this component, but I just know that ever since I've made a focus to up my greens, and I started thinking about greens probably about a year and a half ago, that I've definitely been thriving more. I feel like it balances all the sugar from the fruit. It just kind of it doesn't bring me down in a bad way. It just kind of evens me out a little bit from all the fruit and all the sugar that I have to be taking in. And of course, as soon as I sat down to do a video, somebody pulls out a tool, but that's life, isn't it? Anyhow, I just got a few things down here on the greens. The greens are just something, and I read some stuff here that touches on natural hygiene, and I'll be right back. There we go. I'm sure he'll turn it back on in a minute, but we'll do what we can do. I got a little information from natural hygiene here. I'm actually finding something out, and I'm just going to say this, so if you're a natural hygienist, don't take any offense. I'm taking more and more. I read that, I bought that Arnold Ehret book a few weeks ago. There we go. and got a lot of good information out of that, and this is some information in my notes here. There is some information from Dr. Herbert Shelton. What I was getting at there is that I find a lot of interesting and beneficial stuff from the natural hygienists. The people that are presenting the natural hygienist, like I hear other people in groups and stuff that are talking about natural hygiene. I don't like their version so much, but from the actual pioneers of this, makes a lot of sense to me. They just were a little bit more mentally balanced, I think, than the people that are trying to propose it today. As there are no pure frugivores, all frugivores eating freely of green leaves and other parts of plants, man may also, without violating his constitutional nature, partake of green plants. These parts of plants possess certain advantages in which fruits are deficient. Actual tests have shown the addition of green vegetables to the fruit and nut diet improves the diet. The inclusion of tender, succulent green leaves, stems, and flowers should not be considered a violation of its constitutional nature, as practically all animals in nature consume green foliage of one kind or another. For example, the frugivora consume large amounts of wild celery and other leafy plants along with their fruits and nuts. At times, even the carnivora consume large amounts of vegetation. Green leafy plants may be regarded as a wild card throughout nature. Whatever else an animal eats, whatever else it is specifically adapted for, some leafy green food is invariably included in the diet. Besides being specifically adapted to his digestive mechanism, fruits are also appealing to man's visual. Could any other food be more natural for us? With the addition of green vegetables. The fruitarian diet is as nutritionally sound as it is biologically correct. Also, it said with a little healthy fat in there. Okay, getting down into the meat, pardon the pun, of the matter. Green leafy vegetables are more abundant in alkaline minerals than fruits. They are an excellent source of calcium, iron, and other valuable minerals. I don't want to just skip through that. The greens are much more nutrient rich. I was reading, I read one little study where they were doing dandelion greens and kale greens and comparing that to just fruit smoothies, and there was a significant amount more of calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, and folate. They've also been found to help lower cholesterol, and with the calcium and the magnesium, they're very good for boosting bone health. Okay, green leafy vegetables are more blah blah blah. They are abundant in alkaline minerals than fruits. I just wanted to find my place where I was. They are rich in vitamins and contain small amounts of protein of the highest quality and biological value. They are the richest source of chlorophyll, such as only green plants can provide. Remember that, chlorophyll. This is some pretty important stuff. The analysis of chlorophyll shows it to be almost identical with the blood hemoglobin, except that the blood contains iron and chlorophyll contains magnesium. Increasing the amount of green leafy vegetables in the diet has been known to aid the body to correct secondary anemia. Chlorophyll has the same, this is by a scientist named Franz Miller, chlorophyll has the same fast blood building effect as iron in animals made anemic. The regenerative effect of crude chlorophyll from green leaves, not pure chlorophyll, was demonstrated through numerous scientific experiments in this country and abroad. Green leaves convert sunlight into food by a process called photosynthesis, aided by the green pigment chlorophyll. Photosynthesis is the production of carbohydrate in the presence of carbon dioxide, water, and light. Now, went through all the science just to get to this. Since only green plants can do this, they are the most important things on our planet. I mean, photosynthesis is basically, if I remember from it's the building block of life, one of the main building blocks of life. So they're very important. But yeah, there's just, like I say, from the personal perspective, that's some of the particulars on it. But from the personal perspective, I felt kind of like when I was just doing the heavy fruit before I started incorporating the greens. And even though I am deficient, I do eat a good amount of greens every day. I don't come up that much short. And ever since the day that I just started upping my greens and making a point of getting greens in every day, things just kind of balanced out. I didn't have the jittery, the swings from just the sugar of the fruit. Now I have learned to control that a little bit more. There are days where I miss my greens probably and eat nothing but fruit. Not very often, and I don't spin out of control, but it's like the greens just have that calming effect. They just kind of bring it all together. So I would say for sure, if you're not getting in those greens, whether you like them, whether you don't like them, find a way to get them in. Tanny Raw has, like I mentioned earlier about her, she has some great videos on how to get more greens in your diet by having a couple of smoothies throughout the day. If you mix it up between cramming them in smoothies, and then have like a big salad in the evening with tender green leafy vegetables on there, leafy greens on there, then it's not as hard, it's not as daunting as it might sound to get close to that 2 pounds. Anyhow, that's going to be my focus here over the next couple of months, is working on getting my greens up even more so. I'm anxious to do that experiment. I'm anxious to see the benefits of being close to the amount of greens I'm supposed to get every day for a period of time, and see what happens. Anyhow, I hope you guys like this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful weekend. What are we getting to? The latter part of February. Maybe some of you folks are feeling a little spring temperatures. I know some of my friends in the more southern states are having some temperate weather right now. So anyhow, have a beautiful weekend. Love you guys. Peace.